Chef Koinange live from Kwale County. We are at the Leisure Lodge. And if you hear some noise coming from the beach, there is a beach party, courtesy my guest and 46 of his colleagues, plus minus. That's because he is the chairman of the Council of Governors. He's also governor of Bomet County. They have been spending the last day and will be spending another couple of days or so here, talking about 1 year later. Devolution and going forward. Governor Isaac Ruto. Karibu sana ndugu.
Asante sana.
And your Twitter handle is at Isaac Ruto Gov.
Correct.
Karibu sana, Governor. You know, you guys, obviously it's more than just a party on the beach right now. You guys have been talking serious things, haven't you?
Kabisa.
Tell me. The one thing is, resourcing devolution.
It's more than resourcing devolution. Once you resource devolution, what are we going to do? What is our business? How do we move forward? How has been this first 1 year? How have we delivered? Are we still focused? Can we do something better? We have been listening to ourselves. What is the man in Busia doing?
Correct. Okay, let me stop you right there, Governor, because that's a good point you make. You have been listening to yourselves because there's no one else here for you to listen to or for them to listen to. National government has boycotted you. The senators don't want to be seen anywhere near you. It seems like you're just talking to yourselves.
No, I'm saying we were sharing experiences. But the other thing is, we have had the entire Kenyan private sectors the whole of yesterday, morning to evening. The entire private sector were here. Today, we have had a lot of people engaging with us, from universities to others from outside the country, from resource persons within the country as well. And we have really had a beautiful day.
But the one arm of government that you want to engage in, that you want to ask more money from, they didn't even bother to show up because they think you all are just wasting the money that they give you. That's what they think.
Today, this meeting was meant for the devolution family. We had invited the other level of government to join us. And indeed, you are aware, me and you know the president is out of the country. We only expected the president to come and open.
The vice president
There
could have
was
come.
no more.
Deputy president could have come.
It was the president we had invited. The president, the deputy president, was due to come for the closing. And they're already aware. And the closing is tomorrow. If it doesn't get time, I can understand because probably, because the head of state is not around, maybe he's busy with serious issues.
No, Governor, I think there is a rift. Let's face it, there's a rift between you all and the national government.
Not a rift that has been declared. Sometimes there are little push and pull. And this is expected in this situation of devolution.
Do you think the national government is trying to derail devolution? Like people have been hinting, and maybe even yourself?
I cannot use those strong words. I can say the national government needs to do a little more to support the devolution.
So they're not supporting it?
They need to do a little more. They have supported it before. They say they support it. We hope they support.
And when you say support more, do you say raise the budget from the 32%, which is huge, and you know it's a huge percentage? You all are now asking for 45%.
I want to tell you something. It's not 32%. How can 190 billion be 32% of a billion, of a trillion? 190 can only be 19%. If indeed you are using even just 1 billion. But we are talking 1 trillion. We are talking of a budget of 1.6 trillion. And we are being convinced, using our strange mathematics, that 190 billion is actually 32%. One thing that is right is that it is 32% of the ordinary revenues of 2010-2011. That is about 4 years ago. Why should county governments be measured or given resources that are measured with the earnings of 5 years ago?
Okay.
When everybody else is current.
Okay, so maybe that was the beginning. The next financial budget, the next cycle, you will get the 32% of 1.6 trillion.
32%, if we were to get 32% even of 1 trillion, we will be satisfied. Forget about 32% of 1.6 trillion. Just give us 32% of 1 trillion only.
That'll be enough?
That will be enough. Give us 320 billion, we are okay. In fact, we are asking for less right now. The CRA have said we could be given 279. In fact, we are ready to settle at 240, but they are offering us 217. This does not make sense at all.
Governor, I'm glad you brought up the CRA issue, because I was speaking to the governor from Wajir,
yes,
Ahmed Abdullahi, earlier on in the news, and he said, look, it's not enough.
It isn't.
279.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But people will be wondering, you people will keep asking for more and more and more and more. You know, when is enough enough?
No, let me tell you, we are not asking for money for the sake of it. In fact, we are asking for the money set aside for our functions to be transferred. What is happening is that we have the functions, but they have the money. There is money set, for example, for water, and you will find 42 billion kept by the national government. What are they doing with it when the function of water is with us? Take, for example, agriculture. If you read this constitution, this is one of them. If you check the function, agriculture function for the national government, it's only written in 2 words: agriculture policy. If you're only doing policy, why do you need 40 billion to do policy? Give us to do the implementation. It is the implementation that matters. It's policy is not that expensive. Maybe 2 billion, maybe 1 billion. What do you need 20 billion to do with on policy?
Maybe they just don't trust you with the money, Governor.
So whom do we trust with the money? This is Kenya, this is our country, these are 2 levels of government. The constitution of Kenya was promulgated by Kenyans, and they say, we the people of Kenya, we give unto ourselves this constitution and these governance structures. That is the people of Kenya, and they are sovereign. And they say the sovereignty belongs to the people of Kenya. Who else has become sovereign instead of the people of Kenya to decide which levels can manage money better? If you read today's papers, for example, in the Nation, I think page 10 and 11, you find the amount of wastage of the national government activities is worse, is terrible. Like, for example, they said they are buying this pen at 110 shillings. I bet this pen could be about 20 bob or 15 bob. I don't know.
Yeah.
But they are buying it for 110. It's not me. That is the Auditor General Corporation. That Auditor General.
The same Auditor General who said even in the counties, the amount of misappropriation of funds is through the roof.
That's not true. He has not said as much.
Your county.
Yes.
Your county.
Yes.
You know, we talked about this the last time.
Right.
They say you're buying cars excessively. You have huge security details. You're spending, like a conference like this, that's a lot of money you guys are spending to be here. 3,000 people plus for 2 days plus.
You've just been with us and you've had the sponsors speak. The people who paid for this function. One of them paid for almost the entire hotel for 2 days.
For 3,000, however many people?
For all of them, they have paid. This function is entirely sponsored. There's hardly anything we are using from our budgets.
At the end of the day, was it necessary? Was this conference necessary?
Let me tell you. First of all, you mentioned about Bomet.
Yes.
What you said is not in the report for Bomet. I have not been accused of buying cars. If you checked on the controller of budget, in fact, Bomet has spent among the list on operation and maintenance, including on recurrent expenditure. We have spent 42% of the money we've been given on development. National government has spent 15%. Check in the controller of budget. 42% on development. That is Bomet. National government, 15%.
Okay. If your people from Bomet are listening right now, and I'm sure a lot of them are.
Yes.
If you were to tell them the one thing that you have done in the last 1 year in your county, one thing that's changed lives, what would it be?
Plenty. Mabarabara, that is roads, water, healthcare. We've done a lot on education. We've changed lives in education. A lot of children are now going to education, to schools. We've given them over 100 million. We've set aside about 100 million for bursaries. We are building classrooms. We have opened day schools. We have done a number of roads, as I've mentioned.
And we can check all this, Governor, because if people start tweeting and saying, oh, this guy is lying, what do we tell them?
If you had come to the presentation this morning, the Commission of Revenue Allocation put it on the screen for you to see the activities that are ongoing, including in Bomet, including in Marsabit, including in Elgeyo Marakwet, including in Kakamega, including in Kiambu, including in so many counties. So it was all there on the screen.
Bottom line, Governor, you're saying that stuff is happening, But we're not highlighting it. We're not reporting it. You are not. You're not praising yourselves.
We don't know how to praise ourselves. We are inviting you, Jeff Koinange. You are the only one who can say it, that this indeed is happening. You need to look at it. Maybe we need to buy airtime space in the TVs to be able to show these things.
Yeah.
But it is very expensive. We will then be accused again of misusing money in showcasing.
Okay. They say, Governor, when a tree falls in the forest and nobody hears it, it hasn't really fallen.
It hasn't fallen.
That's what you people are doing. You maybe stuff is being done. None of us are hearing about it.
Right. I agree with that. And that is part of what we are discussing now. Can we team up with the media to highlight what's happening in the counties? Can you show? I'm happy today that control of budget, and in fact the Nation newspaper showed both sides of the coin. Showed the national government and showed county governments. There it is. You can see for yourself.
Okay. What the other thing that the CRA talked about is the huge, humongous, ballooned, whatever adjective you want to use, wage bill. Wage bill that's eaten away at most of your budgets.
Not our
Whose
budgets.
fault is that?
Not our budgets.
Okay, but counties like Nairobi,
government budget.
Kiambu.
Let me also tell you something else about those ones. Kiambu, for example, have inherited a huge number of national government staff, a huge number of county council staff and municipalities, including Nairobi and Mombasa and a number of other counties like Kisumu and Eldoret. Is it the fault of the governors in that area? We are now looking for ways and means of dealing with that HR situation.
But the CRA never factored in the wage bill when they allocated these budgets. They never factored in the wage bill. Why not?
The CRA?
Yes.
Indeed, the CRA expects us to have a sustainable number of personnel.
But can you do that? Can you maintain that? Can you cut the fat?
We are able. But you see, you are dealing with human beings. And we are also dealing with people we did not employ. We are not employers of these people. The employers of these people is the national government. So we are telling the national government, put your act together, deal with this situation. By July, we are leaving you with a staff that we cannot be able to deal with, because we are going to interview them and we take on board the staff that can deliver on our mandate. Those who cannot, we surrender them to the national government. Kwa vile hawa ndio baba yao. We never employed anybody ourselves. We are going to deal with the staff that we have employed and those that are very good, those that are able to work amongst the national government staff and those who are working for the council.
Governor, if you were to give Devolution a grade from A to F in its first year, what grade would you give it and why?
A to F?
A to F.
A to F.
Yes.
I would give them C.
Why?
Because they have done reasonably well, considering that they started getting money in October. And right now, we've got some things to show. Remember, we have not had money before. The money started flowing in September. And we have spent some money, and we can have some resources happening, some results. I will not give them an A, because there is so much, even as we can see we could have done better. But this was a learning period, and we have to learn. And we are allowing ourselves to that period that we have had to learn.
You give them a C.
Now, for the next 1 year, we believe we can improve.
You're not going to go the other way?
No.
No D?
No way. We will move towards the S. Let me tell you, Jeff.
Hold on. Hold that thought, Governor, because I know you want to talk about that. Also, I want to talk about reducing the number of counties. You've heard the talk. Possible referendum. Let's go forward. Let's change the constitution. I want to talk to you about that. Maybe reduce from 47 down to maybe 10. You get more money. Think about it.
That doesn't make sense.
The governor gives the devolution a C. The chairman of the Council of Governors. We're talking to the governor from Bomet County, Isaac Ruto. His Twitter handle is at Isaac Ruto Gov. One word. My handle at Koinange Jeff. The hashtag is JKL. You can also use another hashtag. Gov what? DevCon 2014. DEVCON 2014. That's Devolution Conference. Jeff Koinange Live. We are talking to a man who has no holds barred. He calls it like he sees it. That's what we want to see from the counties. We'll be back from Kwale County in a moment. Don't go away. Keep tweeting. We're back in a moment. Morning, Braille. And welcome back to Jeff Koinange live from Kwale County, Leisure Lodge to be precise. And I'm talking to the governor from Bomet County. He also happens to be the chairman of the Council of Governors, Isaac Ruto. His handle on Twitter is Isaac Ruto Gov. My handle at Koinange Jeff. And your tweets are coming in thick and fast. Ken Ruto, I don't know if he's a relative or anything. Ken Ruto says, roads, he has done at least. Maram, schools, yes. Healthcare, but water, nada. Akuna maji, second year in a row, we're still waiting. That's Ken Ruto. Here's another one. Peter Richo says, Ambia Ruto aache uongo. Most governors are doing nothing. In Uasin Gishu, nothing has been done. In Kericho also. What do you tell these people, Governor?
I would like to hear from Richo where he comes from. If indeed it is Kericho, I would like him to tell me whether he has not seen the roads that have been done by the Governor Kericho. Along the road, you can see, if you are using tarmac, you see a lot of new roads open from Kedawa. You go all the way down. I see the roads myself on your way. Even when you are at the bridge, Karibu Chemosit area, you can see the roads touching the tarmac. Doesn't he see them? Surely, is that nothing? I don't know whether it's serious.
Do you think these people are being...
Yes. Gishu,
yeah, Ruto.
I haven't traveled in Uasin Gishu much of late, but last time I went, I saw a number of contracts have been given out for roads to NYS, but I cannot speak that much. But the ones I've seen with my eyes are Kericho. Somebody talked about water in Bomet. True, not enough has been done in water because it requires a gestation period that is much longer than roads. But we have invested in water. NYS is busy drilling water in Bomet, and they have already drilled 3 boreholes. And there are other contractors that have done another 3 boreholes. And we have invested quite a bit on pipes. You should check and see that the pipelines are being laid in Bomet.
At the end of the day, Governor, a lot of people are just disenchanted with you all. Look at this guy, Palm G63 says, I'm from Kiambu and the governor has done nothing. You know, a lot of people are like that. Look at Ledama Olekina, he says, governors end up partying every month. Mombasa for a conference, Naivasha for a conference, blah, blah, blah. Go back to your counties and work. This is the feeling out there, Governor. I
know Ledama Lekina was a competitor of the governor Narok.
From Narok.
Is he honest? That is true. Today we saw on video efforts now being done to control stormwater in Narok, which used to wash out buildings. Is that happening, Bwana Olekina? Can he confirm or deny? We saw them in pictures here, shown to us by CRA.
But at the end of the day, Governor, and we talked about this before, your PR, not you, governors' PR in general.
I am governors.
You are the
so
chairman.
It is me.
Okay.
Yes.
Your PR.
Yes.
Is well below par.
Correct.
It's well below average. It's worse than the C you gave yourselves.
Yes. In fact, one of the things that pulled us all the way to the C is the PR or communication.
Yes.
We have not been able to pass all the requisite information to you. We are going to improve.
You were making a point earlier on, I don't know if you've remembered it, but the one I was thinking going forward was reducing the number of counties, Governor. Maybe 47 is too many. Maybe it's just not a track. You know, it just cannot make this country move forward. It's not feasible. It's not monetarily, it cannot work.
Let me tell you, initially when the Constitution was being promulgated, I supported having 14 counties, but I also wanted a third tier. In fact, I wanted the regions and the counties. I still wanted about much more counties than we have, but fewer regions.
Like how many regions? 8?
14.
14 regions.
We wanted 14 regions all the way from Bomas. And we wanted now all the districts then to be counties. But now, when it was not possible to have the 14 counties, then we settled for 47 counties and no regions. So you see, now we got the 2 tiers. Previously, we wanted 3. We wanted national, regions, and then counties. Now we said that was too expensive. The compromise was having 14 counties and no regions. So for now, no one can remove any of the counties, even the smallest county in Lamu. That is their right.
But do you regret that we ended up with 47 counties and no regions? Do you regret that?
No, I have accepted the way it is, and I don't want to think back. I want to say now that the 14 counties are here. They are here
47.
to stay, 47 counties, and we support the 47 counties. Let us proceed. What we are going to do as counties is to devolve further to the wards. We want more activity focused at the ward level.
Sammy James Kitheka saying it's only governors who have performed who should be awarded 45% budget allocation. Example, Dr. Mutua. Don't you think the governors who seem to be performing, who are doing quite well?
And who else?
He says Dr. Mutua and Joho.
And Joho. All right. And who else? Can you tell us the mathematics he's using? All the counties have done
yes.
What they have done, and they are entitled to the revenues. That is for sure. They are entitled to the revenue. Mm-hmm. It is not negotiable. There is no other person who will be making those decisions. The national government has no such decision making. Parliament is doing the wrong thing to deny counties allocation of revenue. And I want to tell such people who think like that devolution is irreversible. It can only be strengthened. It cannot be weakened. Anyone who does not strengthen devolution or who is seen to be fighting devolution will have a hard time with Kenyans. Most Kenyans live machinani.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Governor Frederick Okango says, ask Governor Ruto what he has to say about the flag issue. We haven't talked about that.
Yes.
Because it appears that the National Assembly is determined to frustrate you all as governors. What do you have to say?
The flag does not belong to the national government. The flag belongs to the Republic of Kenya. Kenya is one sovereign, indivisible nation with 48 governments. The national government and the 47 counties. Each government is distinct. There are certain things we share. We share one nation, we share one flag, we share one national anthem. The national anthem and the flag does not belong to the national government, does not belong to parliament. They have absolutely no basis in the constitution to interfere with the flag, the use of the flag by Kenyans. It is an expression of sovereignty. If you read the constitution very well, every Kenyan is entitled or should in fact promote patriotism. Is it in promotion of patriotism that you are taking away the flag? I want the children of Bomet, even as they grow, to understand that Bomet is one with Garissa, one with Machakos, one with Laikipia, and one with Busia, and even all the way to Siaya. All Kenyans must understand that they belong to Kenya. And nothing else unites us better than a flag. Remember what was happening last year, where some regions were saying, hapa si Kenya. You go to Northeastern.
Ni hapa tupo.
Ni hapa mahali tupo. Wengine walikuwa nasema, hapa si Kenya. And we were saying, no, that is Kenya. Why are we then telling them, let's take away the flag? So what are you reinforcing? That we can actually dismember our republic through such careless thinking by the MPs.
Okay, if the president assents to that bill, there is the feeling that you can all have your own special county flag.
Okay.
Leave the main one for the chief.
No, I have mine, and then I'll have mine similar to the one in Tanzania, because I'm very close to Tanzania. The one very close to Uganda will have one with the crane.
Yes.
The one close to Somalia will have the stars of Somalia. Yeah. What are we telling Kenyans? That we are one country? I remove the flag even from the primary schools? What are you telling us? If the president assents to that bill, we will go to the courts.
You go to the courts?
All right. We will go to the Supreme Court to determine whether they have a right over the flag. Whether the flag still belongs to all of us or it now belongs to a chosen few.
The last time we spoke and we talked about the title, His Excellency, you said you didn't mind if that title was taken away.
Well, the title is not a big idea. It depends on what you want to call me. I'm not very keen on that. But the flag is an expression of the sovereignty of the people of Kenya. And the sovereignty of Kenyans is exercised at 2 levels, at the national and at the county level. Remember, Kenya is one sovereign, indivisible nation. You cannot divide Kenya. It is one sovereign, indivisible nation with several governments, 48 governments.
So what are you going to do? If the president assents to the bill, you go to court saying, no, we will
say that they have no right to deny others the use of the flag.
So why can't I fly a flag on my car?
Why not? Who is stopping you? According to us, you should fly the flag.
Chief.
In America, if you go to America, you will find the American flag in all the residential areas. But Americans are very happy about their flag.
Correct. But you don't see them flying it in their cars down the streets.
I see them paparushing everywhere. I have not checked their cars. I have not checked their cars. But let me tell you,
yes,
the ambassadors should fly the Kenyan flag.
Our ambassadors.
Our ambassadors.
Yes.
Remember also the ambassadors are called their excellencies. Some of the governors here are former ambassadors. So will we be saying now they are no longer that? Why are you calling an ambassador and you are refusing the governor? But we are not going to bring in the debate about how you refer
titles,
to us.
Yes.
You can even say Mr. Isaac Ruto. I have no problem with that. But the flag is an expression of the sovereignty of Kenya.
And you will fight that.
And it is oneness of this republic that we are not going to accept anybody to play around with.
And that's why people keep saying, look, you governors, you're fighting the national government. What is a flag? What is a title? Let's move on.
Why are they bothered about the flag if it is nothing? Why are they bothered? Why are they doing all these things so that the governors can react? Why do they think they need to fight governors? We are elected just like they are elected. And we are elected by Kenyans exercising their sovereign power to do elections. Why do they think governors are an irritant?
I was going to come to that because even the senators now, they want to cut you at the knees. They want to clip your wings, Governor.
Right, I don't understand about that. Remember, the senators are supposed to represent the counties and the county governments and protect their interests, the interests of the counties. They must create a nexus between themselves and our county assemblies and the county governments. And the Senate should simply join the devolution group and stay with them.
Bottom line, Governor, okay, moving forward, if you don't get the monies you're looking for, if you don't get from 32, but you're not asking for 45, but let's say they don't raise from 190 billion to 279, which is what you all want.
Yes.
What are you all going to do, Governor? I mean, this could go back and forth,
yes,
end up in the courts.
And that is why we are saying eventually this will have to be decided by the people of Kenya. What do they want?
You're talking referendum?
Referendum, yes.
We can't afford a referendum right now.
Who can't afford the referendum? Who can't afford the referendum? It will have to be decided by Kenyans. You will express your view on the ballot.
Can I express my view that there are too many counties? Can we do that referendum as well?
No, whoever is the promoter should come up with a bill and bring it for a referendum that we reduce the counties. I'll bring mine to say we need to strengthen devolution, we need to take more money to mashinani. Remember, the people who keep asking too many questions are people who are living in the comfort of Nairobi. Our mothers cannot access medicine. Our mothers cannot get clean water. Our cousins cannot travel to their markets. They cannot take their produce to sell because the roads are all muddy, courtesy of a centralized government for the last 50 years. Are we going to continue like that? Remember, Kenyans agitated for a new constitutional dispensation in which resources are distributed equitably and that we can then be able to sort out problems in the rural areas as well. Kenyans don't just live in urban areas. We live in the villages. In the villages, to get somebody to hospital, we carry them with gunias. We carry them in makeshift stretchers for kilometers. When one mother is going to deliver, the whole village gets to know and they come out with hurricane lamps to light the way. And young men carry our mothers to deliver in hospitals. Is it the Kenya we are proud of? We as governors are saying, no, we are not going to allow this to continue. Kenyans who vote for the new constitution actually were expressing anchor with that. If we lose that, we are definitely heading in the wrong direction as a country.
The young governor from Wajir County, Ahmed Abdullahi, earlier on, he says, look, the devolution train has left the station.
Yes.
You agree?
Correct. It has left. Board it. It is now moving. Quickly board it in the next station if you didn't board in the first station. Otherwise, it will leave you. And I want to tell you, the future is devolution. Nothing else.
A year from now, if we sit down here or wherever county where you guys will be having your conference, when we sit down, what will you be telling me then? Will you be further ahead than you are now? Or will you be, say, taking one step forward and two backwards?
I will tell you, we will have achieved probably the grade B or B+. We are definitely heading that direction. You will see a lot of changes in this republic. The national government will record a dramatic economic growth, which might head towards 10%. And they will be, according themselves, the great miracle of growing the Kenyan economy. They will not be saying it is the counties that have grown the republic. But we don't mind. We would like them to take the credit. They own the statistics. But we want to grow the economy. We want to make our people enjoy where they live. The environment will change, definitely. We are changing the environment. We are coming up with Stadia. We want people to relax. And we want people to be happy.
Okay,
as the Kenyans.
Changing environments, that's good, Governor. But what about changing hearts and minds? You have about a minute to go. I'm giving you free airtime here. You know, because you say, you have to pay for airtime to sound good. I'm giving you free airtime. What do you tell people out there about how you're going to change hearts and minds?
Hearts and minds, we will talk more with Kenyans, starting from Jeff Koinange all the way down to the national government, to the MPs, to the senators. We, the people of Kenya, which we represent, are requesting you to change your hearts, relax, understand that this country belongs to many more Kenyans and that they are suffering. There are many more unemployed youth. Please listen to them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Governor, I guess we'll have to keep tweeting. Let the people respond. Let the people talk. And you are at Isaac Ruto Gov. I am at Koinange Jeff. But Governor, do you get the feeling that, I don't know if you saw that interview, Kef Joinange interviewing Governor Ruto. Did you see that on XYZ? Do you see that? A guy sounded just like you. Did you hear that?
I was told. But remember where I am. I spend time in functions until sometimes we arrive home at around 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
And as soon as I arrived, I was told you were in XYZ.
They put you in XYZ.
Yeah.
That means you're there forever, man.
Thank you.
You're a legend.
Thank you.
But you have to not just talk the talk, Governor. You got to walk the walk.
Did you know? Check the statistics from the controller of budget. We've done well in Bomet. In fact, in investment on development, it is the #1 county.
As Kef Joinange would say, oh my, what a governor. Governor.
I have given Waze Pesa.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
They get a stipend with Safaricom.
Is that the welfare fund that you have?
Welfare fund. All those who are above 70, including NHIF subscription, we have subscribed for NHIF for all those above 65.
How much do they get?
2,000.
Every month?
Every month. And free NHIF, and we are doing an insurance for them. When they are sick, they'll be treated and they'll get a stipend.
Governor, I'm coming to Bometa. I'm going to come. I'm going to come.
Did you read The Nation about 2 weeks ago? They said, if you want to live long, go to Bomet.
Must be the Mursik.
Mursik. Come, join us.
Yes, sir. He is the chairman of the Council of Governors. He's also the governor of Bomet County, Isaac Ruto, calling it, as he always does, like it is. Whether the national government hears him, believes him or not, whether the people out there hear him or believe him, he keeps talking the talk. He's given devolution a C in its first year, but he says going forward, that'll turn into a B and maybe even higher after that. Let's keep tweeting, folks, at Isaac Ruto Gov, at Koinange Jeff. The hashtag is JKL. Let's keep talking. Because I keep saying, the minute we stop talking, is the minute that we start fighting. We've been live on this program at the Leisure Lodge here in Kwale County. It's been great being here. We have to try and do more of these. Go to different counties, maybe even Bomet County. Right. Thanks for joining us. Back to you all. This has been Kenya's Television Network. Good night and good luck.